Namaste. I'm Devat Maharaj and I would like to welcome you all to my YouTube channel called Brahma Gaje, a channel that is dedicated to philosophical discourse. Please do not forget to click on that like button and also that subscribe button. In this episode, I will be summarizing the day 6 of Shri Shiv Maha Puran Katha held here locally in Maryland, in Finksburg, Maryland, at a temple called the Greater Baltimore Temple. And the Katha was conducted by the High Priest of the temple, Acharya Shri Padmanabh Joshi. Let's get started, shall we? On this day, day 6, Panditji started with the notion that the biggest fear of all is the fear of death. Every creature that is born fears death, does whatever it takes to preserve his, her, or its life. This fear is such that we do all kinds of things to avoid death. After all, as Panditji explained, this fear of death is meaningless. If you devote yourself to Shiv, you know that everything came from Shiv, and in the end, everything merges into the Shiv. So why be afraid of the conclusion? Imagine that this life is just a play or a movie that you're watching. And sometimes when you're watching those movies or plays, you're immersed into it as if you become the part of that movie or a play. You're one of the actors. This life is just like that. And you know when you bought the ticket of that play or a movie, that movie or a play is going to end one day. This life is also like that. It will end. So why fear something that is going to conclude? Your role, your persona is what's ending. Your act is what's ending. Not you, your Atma is endless. The energy that you carry within, the divine cosmic energy, can never be destroyed. So you are not dying. It's just that your chapter is ending. And if you think that way, then the fear of death does not bother you. Because this chapter, this play, the writer of it, the creator of it is Lord Shiv. The poetry by Narsimha Mehta comes into the mind that vividh rachna kari anek rasa levane. Shiv thaki jiv thayo tej ashe. Vividh rachna kari. All these creations, all these plays, all these different entertaining things that happen in this realm are after all made by the maker, the creator, the one who thought about it all so that it can entertain itself and manifested himself into these different things. You are also a manifestation of the same cosmic energy, the Lord Shiv. You are not separate from him. So that's why further in that line, Narsimha Mehta says, Shiva thaki jiva thayo. From Shiv, you sprung as your particular personality, your particular persona, your particular manifestation. You became that which you are. But after all, you came from that source. And in that source, when your act concludes, you shall merge. So why fear death? Then Panditji talked about how the process of creation began, how he ordered Brahmaji to create. And Brahmaji started the process of creation. Brahmaji made 7 rishis, saptarshis, manifested them with just his mind. This is mansik shrishti. He thought about it and thus it became. Then Narad and others were also manifested. Then from that mansik process, the process of thought from which it created, Brahmaji, Manu and Shatrupa, the first man the first woman. And this is Navratri going on right now. This is today is the first day of Navratri, attributed to Mataji Shailaputri. And if you think about it, the poetry, the Navratri, the Jaya Adhya Shakti poetry comes into the mind, in which there is a stanza that Nara Nari Narupe Pragatya Saganema. Nar and Nari, Manu and Shatrupa, after all, is you, the mother. Happy Navratri, all of you. So, Brahmaji here manifested Manu and Shatrupa. And now the process of procreation or Maithuni, Shrishti, the process of procreation, the procreating began, through which others were born. Brahmaji manifested Daksha Prajapati also, who marries Manu's daughter, Prasuti. And Daksha Prajapati does a great tap to gain Adya Shakti as his daughter, so thus Sati is also born. Daksha Prajapati has many other girls, 13 or so were married to Dharmadev. Rohini, etc. were married to Chandra, the moon god. Diti and Aditi were married to Kashyap Rishi. From Diti came the demons, all the Danavas, and Aditi, the Devas. The good and the bad must coexist, because that is the two sides. Those are the two sides of the coin. Otherwise, the coin cannot exist. The dualism must exist, coexist, good and bad, for this process of creation. This is all part of the design, the architecture. Kashyap Rishi also has another wife, Kadru, who gives birth to snakes and other creatures, of which the greatest serpent of all, Vasuki, who becomes a great devotee of Lord Shiv, and Lord Shiv gives him the boon that I shall carry you in my neck as the necklace. So thus Vasuki Nag becomes the necklace of Lord Shiv. Beloved snake. Lord Shiv likes everybody. There is no discrimination. No matter what creed, caste, make you are equal to him. If you call upon him with faith and devotion and love, he will protect you. He will love you with the same. After all, as I'd mentioned, Shivataki Jivathayo Tejasha, you are him and he is you. It is just a matter of realization. Sati, the daughter of Daksha Prajapati, falls in love with Shiv. This is the greatest love story. Shiva is the greatest lover of all. But Daksha Prajapati, the father of Sati, does not like Shiv. Why? Because Shiva had insulted him, he believes, once. In a conference, when everybody got up to respect Daksha Prajapati, Shiva did not. How could he? He is the source of our knowledge. Daksha Prajapati conversely must bow to him. But the arrogant and egoistic king of all universes, Daksha Prajapati, therefore develops this complex against Shiv and does not like him. Also, he has a grudge because he believes that Shiv did a bad thing by chopping the fifth head of his father Brahmaji. He knows that and he doesn't like that. Again, he is given the duty to maintain. He's the king of all universes. He's given the role of maintaining order, establishing rules, laws, etc. And when you are given such power, sometimes you develop that ego, and that is what he is having. He's forming that ego that I am the king of all. I am the son of Brahma. There is nobody better than me. Not even Shiv. So that is the ego that he's developing in his mind. Then Panditji talked about how Brahmaji gave birth to Sandhya, a beautiful girl. She's so pretty that even Brahmaji himself, the father, the creator, falls in love with his own daughter. The lust and the desire wraps him such that he is totally in love with his own daughter, Sandhya Devi. Not only that, his other sons like Marichi, etc., also fall for the girl because she's so pretty that her beauty gives birth to the lust in all of these great sages and Lord Brahma himself. Sandhya Devi realizes that and says, what good is this body if this body is the source for the lust of others? So I shall reduce it to ashes. And she sacrifices her body into the yagna and then is reincarnated as Arundhati and marries Vashishta. Vashishta was the only sage who was not impacted by the beauty of Sandhya Devi. So Brahmaji gave Vashishta her. As the process of creation continues, now Kamdev is active. It has to be. Without desire, there is nothing in life. The process cannot continue if there is no Kam, the desire, the lust, what have you. It is not a bad thing. It depends on how you use it. It is just like fire. The fire can burn you completely, but then fire, if you use it right, in the right way, can also cook for you. The desire is such fire. You must wield it properly and learn to use it properly so that the fire doesn't consume you, but becomes an instrument for your progress. As I had mentioned in the previous episodes, that Lord Shiv himself is the creator of Kam Shastra. He is the greatest lover of all. Having desire is not a bad thing. You need that for creation, you need that for progress. So Kamdev is very, very active. But Lord Shiv is the only one who cannot be impacted by Kamdev. After all, mathematically speaking, if Shiv is the ultimate universal set, then Kam, desire, is a subset of it. How could a subset overrule the universal set from which it came? It cannot. Logically impossible. Just to explain that, Shiva is beyond logic also. So Kamdev cannot impact, but he can impact everybody. As we just learned, he impacted his own father, Brahmaji, who fell for Sandhya Devi, as I just spoke earlier. Shiv is the ultimate and original source of everything. Therefore, he cannot be impacted by anything. He is also the best grihasthi. He is the best husband. He is the best father. We will learn later. So having grihasth life is the best life. If you are unmarried, get married. Because married life is the best way to live. And Shiv teaches you that. Having desire is the beautiful thing because that's how you are, after all, here to enjoy life. Going back to the poetry, Vividha Rachna Kari Aneka Rasa Levane. To enjoy the rasa, the fruits, the nectar of this life, you shall have or enjoy your own manifestation. Just be careful, as I mentioned, that don't let that desire consume you. You use it in the right way, in the right proportion, and you can create, you can enjoy, what have you. Brahmaji is now desperate to get Shiv married to Sati. He knows that his son Daksha Prajapati hates Shiv, but tells Daksha This is the destiny. She is the Adya Shakti. She is the energy source of Lord Shiv. You have to give her to him. After all, that is why you meditated. You forgot about it. And Daksha Prajapati agrees to have Sati be married to Lord Shiv. Brahmaji convinces Shiv also that you must marry Sati. After all, you must set an example of Grihasthashram, Grihastha life, the married life. Everything came from you, yet you are detached from it, which is why you are above everything, because everything came from you, including me, Brahmaji says. And so does Vishnu. And Shiv agrees to marry Sati. And Devi Sati also agrees to marry Shiv. As she says, Shiv is manifested through me. I'm the energy source of him. The form and formlessness become united. The existence of universe becomes meaningful through their union, because they are the ones who set an example of a great life, married life. As Sati says that he is manifested, he becomes Vyakta from Avyakta. Shiv is Avyakta otherwise. Unmanifested, not manifested. In other words, spread, divinely spread into everything and everything that there is. But he becomes concentrated into one form, the Shiva form. Vyakta becomes Vyakta, manifested as Shiv through me, the consort, Sati, the Adya Shakti. So Sati is the reason for manifestation, or Parvati later on is the reason for Shiva's manifestation. Otherwise Shiva is a Vairagi, a Vyakta, incomprehensible, detached, above and beyond everything that there is. And Sati and Shiv finally get married. But Daksha continues to have his ego and his complex against Lord Shiv. So he arranges for a great yajna and decides to not invite his own daughter and Lord Mahadev. No yajna can be fulfilled without calling Shiv. As we learned in the previous episode, Shiv is the conclusion of all yajna. After all, everything becomes ashes. As I mentioned also, your life, if you symbolically think is a yajna, the end of it, the ashes which you shall become, everybody does, is that end, Shiv. So yajna cannot conclude without him anyway. But he doesn't know that. He's an arrogant fool at this point, blinded by his ego. At the same time, Kamdev is very active at this point. And Daksha Prajapati, of course, means best for the creation. He needs the calm desire spread so that his process of creation can continue. But his brother Narad creates a trouble for him. All of these sons of Daksha Prajapati, as he manifests them, become Vairagi, because Narad gives them a lesson of Vairagya and they become detached, desireless. And without desire, you cannot create. The process of creation cannot begin. Daksha Prajapati tries again, creates more sons. Narad comes. They go back to detachment. So now Daksha becomes very angry at his brother Narad and curses Narad. Says, you shall not stay in one place more than few seconds. Narad actually takes that as a boon. Says, that's great. That means I can travel anywhere quickly. Since I cannot stay in one place, I must continue to travel. And I love traveling because I can spread the word of Narayan everywhere. Or Shiv everywhere. He's a great disciple of Shiv too. So he actually enjoys it. But with that curse, now finally, some of the sons of Daksha Prajapati can continue the process of creation. The desire driven. As I mentioned, if there is no desire, there is no meaning. Poetry by Naushad comes into mind that tamanna meri puri na karna, meri divangi jati rahegi. Tamanna meri puri na karna, meri divangi jati rahegi. Do not fulfill all my desires because then I have nothing. My madness, my curiosity, my vigor for progress dies with it. So for Grihasthi, normal beings that want to live a normal life with marriage and all that, enjoy it, the life that you are given, learn to use the desire in the right way, as I just mentioned. Finally, Sati and Lord Shiv are married and they are living their happy life. Lord Shiv becomes the teacher of married life. Sati questions Lord Shiv about bhakti, and Lord Shiv teaches her the 9 different ways of bhakti, Navadha bhakti. Sati is in so much love with Shiv, and Shiv in love with Sati. This is the greatest love story of all. That entire universe is enjoying this beautiful, wonderful couple. One day it just so happens that they are enjoying life and they are traveling. And Bhagwan Shiv sees Ram. In Ram avatar, Lord Vishnu, the incarnation of Vishnu, is Ram. And he is desperate, very sad, crying like a helpless human being going from forest to the other forest looking for his wife Sita, because Sita had been at this time abducted by Ravan, the demon, the 10-headed demon. Bhagwan Shiv smiles and appreciates the act of Bhagwan Vishnu as Ram. What a play. Sometimes you go to a play and the actor is doing such a great job that you start clapping. Oh, great job. This is what's happening. He is the incarnation. He is teaching the lesson to everybody else as Ram, as Maryada Purushottam. So he's enjoying this. Sati looks at Lord Shiv and says, you are the Mahadev and you are bowing to this human being who is helplessly crying for his lost wife? Shiv says, he is the incarnation of Lord Vishnu. This is just an act. I don't believe it, says Sati. Okay, go and test him. Sati says, I will. Sati takes form of Sita and appears in the forest as if she had just lost her way and meets Ram. Ram sees Sati Mata as Sita Devi and says, Mother, what a great pleasure to test me as such. Ma Sati, you are the wife of Lord Shiv and you are testing me in the form of Sita Mata, but I recognize you. I'm simply doing this act. Let me continue and give me the boon that I shall find the real Sita and kill Ravan. Sati Mata is impressed by Ram and realizes that this is nobody else but Sri Hari himself the incarnation of Sri Mahavishnu, Bhagwan Ram, and blesses him that yes, you will kill Ravan and you will have my power and energy to do so, and you will find Ma Sita. I bless you, son. And she leaves, impressed. But she also feels a little guilty because Bhagwan Shiv had already said that he is incarnation of Vishnu. Don't interfere in this act. As such, she could have tested some other ways, but she chose to become Sita. Maybe that was not the right way to test him. Shiv, of course, knows, and Shiv says, with that, this particular copulation now ends here, concludes here, because you took form of Sita, who is respected to me, because Ram is respected to me. So therefore, I cannot have you as in my Vamang, as my wife. I cannot give you that seat anymore. You can live with me, but you shall not be living with me as my wife anymore. Again, this is a prologue to what's going to happen soon. As I had mentioned, Daksha Prajapati here is preparing for this great yagna and has this one invited already Sati and Shiv. Sati learns about it and tells Bhagwan Shiv that I must go. Bhagwan Shiv says, even if it's your father's house, if you are uninvited, you cannot go. It is not proper. As this is happening, somewhere else, Rishi Didhichi surrenders his entire body and bones to Indradev so that he can kill the demon Vrittasur. Didhichi is a great disciple of Lord Shiv, and Shiv had given him a boon that nobody can destroy you, or your body, or your existence. You shall become so powerful that nothing can destroy you. And Bhagwan Shiv had given that boon to him, and Indra knew, and he needed those energy, that power, that body, that strong bones to kill Vrittasur. And such are the sages, the devotees of Shiv, that everything and anything that they have is for the others, use of the others. So he decides to surrender his life, his body. After all, what's the body? It's meaningless. If this body, these bones become of some use to somebody, it's a great thing, he says. So thus he surrenders that to Indra, and Indra, using that, kills Vrittasur. Then Panditji also talked about how important of forefathers are and how greatly we must remember them. After all, we came from our forefathers. Shraddha Paksh just went by. Today is the first day of Navratri. So the one that went by, the Shraddha Paksh, is devoted for our forefathers. The entire time period is for them. So that is a great beauty of the Indic civilization, in which we remember, we take the time to remember our forefathers. The family get together, they eat together, they prepare things together, and they remember their forefathers. Shiv and Sati's story continues here. As I just mentioned, Sati is desperate to go to this yagna, and Shiv has forbidden it. She goes anyway, and Shiv lets him, sends Nandi and other guns with him, and they go to the Daksha Prajapati's yagna, in which she's insulted. She could bear the insult of herself, but when Daksha Prajapati started gravely insulting Lord Shiv himself, she loses it and comes into her original Adya Shakti form and says, Daksha, I can kill you now, because you are after all my son too. I am not your daughter. I am the mother of all. I am the source of all energy. You have humiliated, insulted my husband. the source of it all, Lord Shiv, and this cannot be tolerated. But unfortunately, I am born as your daughter, so this body is no longer something that I desire. And she consumes the body in fire and lets it go. The guns rush towards Bhagwan Shiv and says, Sati Mata has vanished into pure energy now. She is no longer in the Sati form. Shiv gets really angry, puts one thread of his hair and produces Virbhadra and orders him to completely annihilate the entire Yagna and Daksha. And Virbhadra does so. Nobody can win against Virbhadra, including Lord Vishnu. Vishnu says, Daksha, you have done a great error here. And again, Daksha Prajapati is destroyed by Virbhadra. Now Shiv goes into tap, meditation. At the same time, Tarakasura has gained boons from Lord Brahmaji to gain great powers. And he asked Brahmaji that I shall only be killed by Shiva's son, because he knows Shiva is unmarried now. Sati is gone. Shiva is into deep meditation. Nobody dare wake him up. Nobody will do so. He will have millions of years of power. And Brahmaji says, so be it. Tarakasura captures everything, including Swarga. And after so many thousands of years, Brahmaji requests the energy source, Adya Shakti, to be born again. This time as the daughter of mountain Himalaya. And she is born as Parvati. Mena Devi, who is the wife of Himalaya, gives birth to a beautiful daughter, Parvati, who is an incarnation of Ma Sati, or overall the Adya Shakti herself, the energy source of Lord Shiv. Shiv is in tap, in Himalaya. So one day, as the daughter grows a little old and is ready to be married, Brahmaji requests Himalaya that this is the destiny now. And Himalaya sees this sign and introduces Parvati to Shiv, who happened to be at that time doing meditation with requests in Himalayan mountains. Requests. Shiva requested, again, he is the source of it all, but yet he is so humble. He requested Himalaya that he wants to do meditation there. And Himalaya says, my pleasure. This is the greatest thing ever. And the beauty of this is that this is where Ma Parvati meets Lord Shiv the first time in this form, but she remembers her last birth also. Knows that she is the Adya Shakti, she is to be married to Shiv. Shiv also knows, but Shiv is testing her. And the beautiful dialect between the two come, in which Shiv says, your daughter cannot come here because she's so pretty that she can distract all these yogis that are here. And Ma Parvati says, I am the reason for your manifestation as the Shiv. How can you, the Param Yogi, if you are really true to your meditation, nothing can distract you. It is you who must only focus on your meditation. And if you do so, nothing can distract you, not even I. After all, I am to be married to you. I am the manifestation. Reason for your manifestation. Shiva loves that argument and says, you win, Devi, we will be married, and accepts the proposal of marriage. Devi had said to Shiv that it is just a matter of perspective. You choose to distract. Your perspective is that my beauty will distract you. And my perspective is that my beauty combined with you will make you fully manifested. It will empower you. It is a matter of perspective. Shiva knows this. Proposal is accepted, and finally they are married. Now, they still don't have a son. Thousands of years go by. Brahmaji and Indra himself, who wants to regain his lost kingdom, lost power, tells Kamdev to go and impact Shiv. Kamdev knows that he cannot impact Shiv. Shiv is beyond Kam. He is again the source of it all. How can, as I explained previously, a subset empower the universal set from which it came? It's impossible. But Indra has requested, so Kamdev says, okay, I'll do so. After all, Tarakasura can only be killed by the son of Lord Shiv and Parvati now. And they have no children yet. Kamdev tries to lure Shiv, impact Shiv, but he has failed. He fails in that, and Shiv destroys him. The wife of Kamdev, Rati, cries and curses Mata Parvati that you cannot have any children anymore. This is a big thing. Only the son of Shiv can destroy Kamdev, and here Rati has given a curse to Parvati that you cannot have children. Now who will kill Tarakasura? Parvati is very sad because she wanted to have children. Now she cannot, for the respect of Rati. She says, do not worry. You are the pure energy. You are actually the mother of it all. Rati is also your daughter. From one standpoint, everything is you, and you are everything. And with that, Kartikaya is born to Kritika, sixth wife of sages. Because the energy source of Shiv, who could not be carried by even Agni Dev, is given to Kritikas, and they subdivided into 6 forms, which in the end becomes one form, Kumaraswamy, the eldest son of Shiv, who then is returned to Parvati. He was not born out of Parvati, but their energy, Shiv and Shiva's energy, is what led to the Skanda, the Kartikeya's energy through Kritikas, and is manifested and kills Tarakasura. Now, thousands of years go by, and one day Shiva is in Tap and Mata Parvati is alone. So, Jaya and Vijaya tell Mata Parvati that you do not have any gun. Shiv has so many guns. Mataji says, yeah, that's true, and creates a form of a boy from her dirt of her body. And that is given the name of Vinayak, and one day Vinayak is told by Parvati that you shall guard my chamber. I am going for a bath. Don't let anybody come in. Vinayak has not seen anybody at this point, has only seen his mother Parvati. And Parvati has given Vinayak all the powers. Shiva now finishes coincidentally Tap and tries to come towards his chamber, and this little boy stops him, says, you cannot. Shiva knows everything. He says, son, I am just simply going to my own house. Let me in. No. Shiva doesn't like the arrogance of Vinayak, the ego of Vinayak. Realizes that after all, he's created from the dirt. So, orders Brahmaji, Vishnuji, others to convince Vinayak, but they all fail, and Vinayak has such power that nobody could win against Vinayak. Finally, Shiva becomes so angry that he throws his Trishul trident at him and chops the head off Vinayak. the head representing that ego, that arrogance. Mataji is now so angry, he says, restore my son or I will destroy everything else. Shiv knows that too, so tells his gun, go get the head of the first animal that willingly gives his head to you, and I'll restore the head onto this boy. There, a great devotee, previously a demon, an elephant, was waiting for this, sees the opportunity and willingly sacrifices his head for this. Says, this will be now the revival of my existence. And Lord Shiv imposes that head onto Vinayak, and now is given a new name, Ganapati or Ganesh, because he is given the title and the power to lead the army of Gana. Tells Mataji that you have all the guns now, you take everything that I have, everything that is mine after all is yours anyway, and Ganapati, Vinayak, is the head of it all. Mataji is very happy, and Ganapati is now restored as pure positivity, that when ego is gone, that when ego is surrendered to Shiv, that which remains is only positive. Lord Shiv is not the destroyer, but he is the reviver. He revives everybody. He has revived Ganapati into pure bliss and positivity. Ganapati is the only God. That is ultimate positivity. If you are sad, if you are worried about something, if something is not happening, meditate upon Lord Ganesh and all your worries will go away. That is the boon that is given to him. Any work that you do, therefore, you must first invoke Lord Ganapati and your work will go easily. Any act, that is. Lord Ganapati is now given boons by everybody, including Brahmaji, Vishnuji, and all the ultimate powers of universe, with his own positivity, so that he can spread that positivity in this creation. So Bhagwan Ganapati is that ultimate positivity. And with that, this is all I have. Om Namah Shivaya.